What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I have not done one of these videos in a while, but I wanted to make a lot more of the YouTube content like I used to. So I'm back. I want to do some market recaps for the week, as well as kind of where we predict the market is going to go. So we're going to take a look at the overall market, maybe some potential plays, some potential areas of interest that we can predict where the market might be going in the next week, potentially to 2 to 3 weeks. If you guys have been long-time followers, you know I used to make videos like this pretty much every single week, kind of like a watch list type of thing. If you want to call it that, we used to go over like certain stocks as well. So we're going to go over that over on the futures. And if you have any ideas on like what you want me to cover more of, certain concepts, certain strategies, just certain basic things, even about day trading, just leave a comment down below. Be like, hey, Tony, I'm struggling with XYZ. Can you please explain it in a video? Even though more than likely I've explained it in an older video, but you guys can be bothered to go look at them, and it gives me more content ideas so we can post them in future videos. Anyway, if you want to trade live with me every single day, make sure you click down below and use the code 39, that's 39, the number 3 and 9, to trade with me live every single day for only $39 in the first month. So you can come check it out. You can just come watch for a month, $39. It's really extremely affordable. If you don't fuck with it, hey, no strings attached. You can, go on and find out more about whatever else community you want to be part of. So let's go over the market a little bit. We had a pretty fucking bearish week. All 4 days. It's a short week. And all 4 days, if we look at it, 4 of our days. This was a Tuesday, right? We had the Monday, but the Monday was like a short day. It was like only a half day, so they kind of combined it. So technically the Monday actually had a push, just a tiny little push there. And then Tuesday, where's the Monday? Like, they don't even have it on TradingView. They should have the half day Monday, but I guess they just combined it on NQ. What did they do the same on? Yes, yeah, they just combined it with the Tuesday. I respect it. So huge push day. Then we consolidated a little bit right into this daily fair value gap on NQ, where bulls were trying to hold this position. But what is the key area here? The key area was this 19,100 area, essentially, that we could now close over, which is a really tiny gap from Tuesday, Wednesday. And if you can go in the weekly, was also near the halfway point of, pretty much should have been right at the halfway point of this weekly, so which is a weekly fair value gap. So the halfway point was, we just couldn't get back over it. And if you can't get over the area, what are you going to do? You're going to continue the continuation down, right? We also had a larger bearish divergence. If we look at the daily here, price came up to this 4-hour gap that we had on NQ. And I just noticed, one of my charts is more in red, one of my charts is more in green. I literally just noticed this. I was messing around with some colors. I didn't realize I left it like this. But leave a comment down below. Do you guys fuck with the blue and red on the right, or you guys fuck with the blue and green? I was thinking to change up some of my chart colors. I've been rocking the green, red, and white for a while, just to spice things up. Let me know. I'll leave it like this for this video. It's really not that bad. On, yes, we'll go back to this 4-hour gap. Look at what we did. We had shot up above it, and it's kind of holding the support area, and then eventually flushed. You can see here, very similar to NQ, this daily fair value after the hold, but you just could not get back above the other area, which in this case would have been 5,536, and then we flushed down. So we had a bearish divergence on the daily, on the weekly, and now we're seeing it play out. If we jump over in the week, price is coming down to quickly retrace this fair value gap. And whenever you have a larger fair value gap like you did from Monday, August 12th, 2024, whenever your price shoot up, I'm telling you guys, price can never hold up a strong move up. A strong move up will be retraced quickly with strength. It might not be right away, but when it finally retraces, it will flush, and it will flush harder. Same with a strong move down. It is impossible for the market to hold this because there's too many imbalances going on. So price will retrace to it every single time. What you do want to see price do is chop. When you see this choppiness, see here, this is kind of like, this you do have some strength, but if you look at it, look at these candles on them are extremely, like, look at this candle. This is just choppiness. It's stairs. Hold a nice steady uptrend. As soon as you start doing this, you come back down. And you can go look. And this is going to give you some great examples. If you look at some of the biggest, SMCI. Look at SMCI on the daily, guys. You skyrocket up, you come down every single time. We're going to probably see this with NVIDIA. NVIDIA a little bit different. NVIDIA is a good stock. But even a good stock, if you moon up, expect to come back down with just as much strength. Because what goes up must come down. But what happens over time is the flow of the market is always going to be on an uptrend. So it's going to be that choppy, steady uptrend. That's when you don't want to bet against it. But whenever you're seeing things that are not making sense, buy your time, wait for an entry. In this case, it was shown to you for potential swing trade, because that trade, that price will come down every single time. But all right, enough of what happened. Before, I do want to go over the VIX real quick. And VIX is something I still do look at on a daily, because on the daily will give you some perspective. And with the VIX, the key area is holding over 20, pretty much just $20 to $21 area. If you hold above it, things are going to get interesting and then up in a downtrend more likely we build. Of course, we had some madness with the VIX from 2020, 2021, but holding over this key area of 20 might spell some more. And keep in mind, VIX is a volatility index. If you're not familiar with it, it can be looked at on the larger time frame. Can expect is going to be a high volatile impact. If high volatility just means straight ups, straight downs, kind of what we've been seeing the last few weeks. And the VIX has picked up on this weekly time frame, right? We go on the daily. You can see it's pretty much bouncing around that $19 to $21 area. And this is closing somewhat strong. So we should be expecting overall a little bit more volatile week into the next week. And if you're volatile, like look at the difference when price, we have in Q here. Price is chopping around, look at the VIX. As soon as you get moved down, be careful, right? Or volatility brings opportunities, so not really like it's not as much be careful, just be aware of it. Because more volatility is good for us traders and more opportunities, but also if you're on the wrong side of things, you don't manage your risk properly, it could hurt you bad. Again, we're over that $20 mark. Last time when we open up tonight on Sunday, Monday, we come back under that 20, then it's going to be as volatile, but if it's up above here and strong, you do gotta be careful with that. All right, so I do want to talk about that. Go back to yes, and then we have NQ, and then quickly we'll touch on the monthly as well. See these monthlies, quite crazy, right? Holding this first fair value gap still. So I'll say above this on the really large time frames like the monthly and so on, you're still overall bullish. Like as long as you hold this support, if we flush this like in the next 2 weeks into October, you should quickly come down to quickly, but it should come down to these lows at some point. So again, it's probably gonna happen. We didn't probably do another recap before that ever happens, but just a level, something to keep in mind. Back to the daily, what is the expected range? My expected range for this week is gonna be price will more likely stay within this box of 19,010 and 18,027. So I'm expecting price to do probably something like this. It's on the cards. I do like, especially where ES is, I can see ES going down to this $5,366 area before it bounce. But what I could be expecting a Monday bounce, maybe a Monday head of the week, which we saw last week, where Monday was the high of the week and then Tuesday and everything was a continuation sell-off. But could see a Monday being a bounce because on in Q we finally filled the weekly fair value gap. Keep clicking the wrong one. On NQ, and yeah, we'll also have yes here. So on NQ, you fully fill this fair value gap, 18,650. You actually close below. You close below this low, the weekly low. And on ES, you have a little bit more room, but you essentially are closing it, right? You have about another 17 points, 20 points, which is not a ton. But currently, you do have, I need to update this. If I might have black background, we'll do trend lines red. I don't know if I like the trend lines red. I'll revisit that. But, sorry. Bullish divergence here. Look at how this weekly's closed. This low from Monday, August 12th, and this low from, again, the same week, Monday, August 12th. Yes, higher low, and Q, lower low, which means one of the assets is weaker than the other. As long as when the week opens up, we are above that. we should have a bullish divergence because that's where price had closed. So this can tell us we're potentially at a bounce area, even if it is only a relief bounce to 5,536 and 19,100 to then potentially go lower. It could still give us some opportunity again. And price it is somewhat of a decent area for a bounce on ES2 because you are at the fill this weekly for value gap, 1 and Q, you completely filled that. Even if it is a bounce too lower, that is kind of what I'm expecting early in the week. I'll be a little bit surprised if price just flushes through this and goes right into the next low, right? Before giving time for price to build up and then make the next leg lower, if we're going to get a leg lower, right? Which kind of seems, this is very important for the market, where the market is kind of sitting right now, in my opinion. Because it's like, we were so close to all-time highs, we rejected it. We're so close to making it a higher high, maybe and continue the overall bullish structure. Because if you look at this, you're like, okay, well, we took out this low on NQ, and now we can go make the higher high. But if we just look at it overall, we're still sitting, right? Like, we're looking where price closed. That's why I teach you guys the golden pocket so much. Look where price closed, right at the golden pocket on the weekly time frame. Price retraced from the big leg down to the golden pocket to that 4-hour gap we talked about earlier, and right, we had built equal lows, so we might still go down for that. We take out the lows here, but we built equal lows. So I think on the really large time frames, we'll come down to test this. But going into Monday, Tuesday, we could expect a decent bounce here, just to be a relief bounce, right? Again, even if we think the week or the month might close at these lows, it doesn't mean that every day you should go bearish, because within a bearish structure, you'll get some smaller time frame bounces. So if you're looking at weekly and monthly, your smaller time frames are anything below that. You have to understand that. You'll see a reversal, which looks like a reversal on a daily, but overall it's just a bounce or a small retracement to continue the overall trend. And we have to really understand the defense rate. I don't know if I can say that shit. The smaller time frames to the larger time frames. Once you understand that, trading gets a lot easier. So if you build your weekly plan, if I build my weekly plan, right, I'm expecting a potential bounce here, or my overall target is equal lows. Then I have to find trades within. Let's say I don't even look for bounces, but I just want to get in short. I have to understand, like, okay, what are going to be the best opportunities for price to come show me that I should continue short? Of course, you don't want to short here, guys. Do not short a huge candle, right? Like, if I go short here, your risk reward is awful. So you have to wait for price to kind of show its end. Like here, you waited for price to close down back below these lows. Maybe there's more time frames or some small time frame setup, and you continue lower to your overall trade, right? So we'd like to see price give a small bounce, a consolidation, maybe a fake move to the upside to potentially short and take to the next level. Potentially this 17,600 level is going to be a key level of support, which I do think will probably see us take out and maybe make a higher low there and then kind of keep going higher. This will be, for me, this equal lows down here will be the key area that we should be looking at for price to go over onto the NASDAQ. I'm going to mess with all these charts. But, you know, I work in the mess. Trading is messy. So you have to be fine with it. Right? Yeah. Every time I put yes, you always change this company, resoursces. A little ridiculous. And to go along with this weekly, guys, we also are coming up to fill that daily. So this is the bottom of the daily. Right? Look at that. The bottom of this daily. So like price to at least come up and retest this 547 area right there. This is what I really like to see. Trace half the move. Right? Roughly right a little bit. Right into the half move. And then potentially go lower. And then maybe there build another bullish divergence. Maybe when when NQ takes out the lows, you build another bullish divergence here. You build price to do this. And then finally give a pop into all-time high. And again, also like to look into if there is any news to take note for the week. So we'll look at next week. This week I guess it will be, right? Yep, that is the 8th. We do have CPI on Wednesday, so do keep an eye on that. And that could be kind of our bottoming. Okay, man, and price likes to, remember this quote? This is a quote that my mentor taught me. Price likes to bottom on bad news. So whenever the bad news comes, that's when price tends to bottom. which sounds counterintuitive. You're like, hey, bad news came out. Shouldn't price keep going down? No, it was price more than likely. It was expecting the bad news, right? A bad CPI report, a bad FOMC report. And once you're like, the market looks at it, it's like, okay, well, bad news came out. We're behind that. What is the next bad news? There is none? Okay, maybe it's a good time to rebound. Think about that logically, right? And likes to top on good news. Let's say Nvidia or whatever company. That is like, okay, we're expecting good news. Good news comes out, price goes up, and then the market makers are like, well, why are we holding this now? The good news came out. Like, what's next for this company? Let's take profits, right? So this week we have CPI, next week FOMC. So it's going to be pretty important weeks. Both going to be on Wednesdays. So we'll keep an eye on that for a potential bottom around those news. We'll see this week, Wednesday, versus last Wednesday. So this is going to be the key areas to watch, guys. Watch for potential bounce here. If we go lower, look for a higher low. Pretty much essentially anything that's, if we do go lower, and Q will be the one that goes lower. So we'll be keeping an eye on those equal lows that I pointed out to you. Why every time I do this? Just show me the damn futures one. Keep in mind these equal lows, and depending on where ES is, we can look for a potential bullish divergence there, right? If we open up and we're below this 5,395, more likely, I think we'll keep flushing, right? Depending on the daily closes tomorrow as well. If we close above or into the fair value gap, which we're filling on the daily and the weekly. A little bit of a longer video, but I hope this video helped. Let me know down below what you think the market is going to do next week. And as always, go subscribe. It's free. Just click down below. You love for information. I post a ton of it on here. A lot of great education. Peace out.